storm. So I'm gonna ask you a quick question, right? For the people that had a hand in putting us in slavery, throwing us in these prison houses, killing us in the streets, and not getting convicted for it, what do you think should happen to people like that?
Oh, that's right.
They should go through the same thing we went through.
Crazy.
Bro, what's your name? Malachi. Right. That's beautiful. Malachi, that's a beautiful name.
That's powerful.
Your mom and your dad. Beautiful. What's your name, King? Brian. Still powerful.
God.
Right?
He answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. It does. All praise.
Mexican brothers getting shot in their own driveway in front of their kids. All of these are the beginning of sorrow, right? We believe these things. We come out here every week to show our faith.
Come out here and stop you? Did we come out here to talk to you? Did we come out here to talk to you? No, we came out here to talk to our people. We came out here to spread love to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Same people, your people.
How you doing, Harmony?
This is Monique.
How you doing, Monique?
And this is Danielle, and that is Dominic.
Dominic and who? What's your name?
Danielle.
Huh?
This is Danielle.
Danielle?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Harmony, Kenny,
Monique.
Danielle, Dominic.
You can call him. You can call her Mo.
Okay.
That's what we call her. Call him. Jaja. Yeah. And then you can call him. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Give me Proverbs 22:6. This is beautiful. Where's your mother at? Oh, she's out here. As long as she's out here, that's good. Oh, great.
This is Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
So, since the first time we met Kenny, he's been coming out consistent. Right? Somebody needs to get this man a SICARRI shirt. Right? This is beautiful. We've had niggas that come up and give us lip service, say that they want to come hear the word and learn more, and they disappear in the wind and we don't see them no more. The Most High has put the spirit on this brother to keep coming back, and not only keep coming back. Give me Apollo's water. He's starting to bring more and more family members out.
Right.
Through Kenny, he brought his mother. Through Kenny, Harmony started coming. And now we see the rest of the family.
All praise.
Right?
I was driving down the lab and saw Kenny.
Right?
Standing on the corner.
Right. Hey,
Kenny out here doing the
if
work.
this is not confirmation for you that the Most High is moving right now in these last days, I don't know what to tell you. Right? Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 3:6.
Right?
I have planted, Apollos watered, but Yahweh gave the increase.
Right? We're going to do our part as far as coming out here to speak this word, regardless of if it's raining. Give me yes, sir. What is that? 1 Peter 4? Something like that? 2 Peter, right? Rain, sleet, snow. Niggas in Toronto in knee-deep snow, right? In hailstorms, and this word is going out. And we do this. Give me sacrifice of love, right? We do this for this increase, right? You give me save yourself and save those that hear. First Timothy 4:16. Romans 12, I think. Yeah, you give me Romans 12 and 1. What I had you get in Zerah? Yeah, that's a different. Leave that one up.
Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice.
We come out here whether we're sick, whether the weather is on our side or working against us, whether this shit is demonized, whether it's made unlawful in this place. This is our reasonable service to submit to God and to love His people.
Right.
Right? There's people out here in these streets, so we are too.
Done.
Holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
Right? This is for all the things that God has given us up to this day and all the things He's promised for us in the future. This is only reasonable. Right? And we can always be doing more, but we got to at least be doing this.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
2 Timothy 4 verse 2. Preach the word. Be instant, in season, out of season.
Right.
Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine.
Right? So, shit, when I came, when I was getting ready for camp, I came outside and it was flooded. Right? I didn't know what it was going to look like out here, but I was like, shit, regardless of what it looked like, if we out here up to our knees in water, and that might be a reason to maybe hold camp in a different spot, right. But we're gonna be out here.
Right,
Hey, since we started this, there's not been a reason, regardless of if it's 120 degrees outside, raining and pouring, and we can't see in front of us, snow, whatever it is, we out here.
Right.
Give me your eyes will see your teachers. What you got?
I just read.
Give me that first.
1 Timothy 4 and 16.
Get out,
Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine.
Right.
Continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
Now, we understand that we need a Savior. Yahweh is the Savior, and He's going to save us by the means of Yahweh Shai. But we have to be vessels of honor, able to be utilized to get this word out.
Right.
The Most High is not going to come off of His throne to do this work. As a servant of the Most High, get your ass up off the couch and come do this service.
That's right.
Right?
Isaiah 30 and 20.
Right?
And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction,
regardless of what we're going through in our personal lives, these brothers is out here. Whether it's SICARRI, IUIC, ISUPK, GMS, there are brothers set up for this nation to love you and teach you how to love your brothers and sisters. Teach you how to love God. Right? Go ahead.
yet shall not thy teachers be removed into the corner anymore.
Hey, and we not ducked off in these Christian churches locking the doors when it's a flood outside. We out here with our people, with boots on the ground. Go ahead.
But thine eyes shall see thy teacher.
Right? You're able to see us. We can't even count how many people just drive past all day long while we out here for these 2, 3, maybe 4 hours. Right? And time and time again, we get people that walk up like, I pass y'all by every week, right? I have to come see what you're talking about. Plant a seed, right? And just like we read with Apollos and Paul, we plant a seed, Lord willing, somebody water it, and the Most High is the one that's gonna prune that plant and make sure it grows and yields fruit. Right? Go ahead.
Proverbs 1 and 20. Wisdom crieth without.
Wisdom is outside. Go ahead.
She uttereth her voice in the street.
And I say it all the time, regardless of if it's wisdom on the left-hand side with niggas in the street, or it's wisdom concerning this Bible, right? It's found out here in the streets.
Right,
right? You're not going to get anything if you stay on the porch. Go ahead.
She crieth in the chief place of concourse.
Right?
In the openings of the gates.
Where everybody's traveling. right? At the opening of this dam, and it's usually a lot more foot traffic, whether it's the college kids walking to and from the bars, people in the park, whatever it is, but we're out here where people can see us. This is a spectacle.
In the city she uttereth her words,
right?
saying, how long ye simple ones will ye love simplicity.
And like I said, everybody can get it, right? How long are you simple Israelites gonna love simplicity, be comfortable in this slavery and this position you're in, and not want to do better for you or your people, right? And if anything, you just want to do better for you, and you don't give a damn about your people.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And the scorners delight in their scorning.
Right, and then we get niggas all the time coming up here talking shit, telling us to get a job like we, like do we look like we don't work? These brothers got families, right? This is something that we make time for. They say you make time for the things that you care about, right? If there is anything that deserves our time, attention, and efforts, it's the Most High and His people.
Right.
Right, go ahead.
And fools hate knowledge.
The fools hate knowledge, right? Hey, a fool is, it says, don't speak in the ears of a fool because he's going to despise your words. And at the end of the day, he don't despise us. He despises the Most High and His message.
That's right.
Right? Yahweh Shah said, if the world hates you, understand that it hated me first. I went through all this shit, and I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm going through this shit for your wicked ass. Right? Go ahead. Because like I said, there's hell coming on this earth, and this is going to be the time when niggas want to get down on their knees and start yelling for help and praying to God. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 23. Telling you at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you.
Right.
I will make known my words unto you.
Right.
Because I have called, and ye refuse.
We're out here with a stretched out hand for our people. We're calling and constantly being refused, constantly being denied. Go ahead.
I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded.
Right. Hey, call on the Most High while He can be found. Right? Because in a minute, these doors going to be shut. In a minute, when His elect are sealed, He has plans to protect and serve and save certain people. Those that are obedient, those that love Him, those that fear Him. Go ahead.
But ye have said that not all my counsel,
right?
And with none of my reproofs.
Like we're women.
Right.
Right? If you don't listen to instruction, you can't expect me to protect you. Right? If I tell your ass, you don't need to be going in this certain place because bad shit is gonna happen, right? And you don't take heed to that, and you go to that place and bad shit happen. Hey, that's your. What did you expect? I told you.
Right.
The Most High deals with us like that. He gave us the game, and we. Give me that. First, what you got? Hold that one. Give me the one where my nativity, Israel's nativity. Keep going.
I will also laugh at your calamity.
Hey, the Most High spend to laugh at these fools, right? Hey, and it might get to a point where it's like when Noah was building the ark.
Right.
Everybody thought this dude was crazy, but he's serving and obeying God, right? You have to have that type of faith where even if you're alone against the rest of the world, you obey God. You believe and trust in God, right? You going? Because, hey, you can't tell me Noah wasn't laughing at them wicked niggas. And even if he wasn't, Yahweh was.
Right.
Hey, look at you stupid niggas. I gave you the game. I told you this shit was about to happen. I told you destruction is coming. Hey, that's your ass. Go ahead.
I will mock when your fear cometh.
Right? You're going to get mocked.
When your fear... Salaki.
Go ahead.
When your fear cometh is desolation.
Right.
And your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
Right.
When distress and anguish cometh upon you.
Right.
Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
Hey, This is when people gonna hit their knees and try to get this word, get oil for their lamps, and those stores are gonna be closed, right? You're gonna come up to us trying to get some of our oil and be like, hey, I need this for me. I can't help you no more. I tried to help you. I spent my life, we spent our life to sacrifice for our people, and this is the time to get this wisdom if you want it. How y'all doing, Kings? I'm doing all right. Crenshaw, you from Cali, man? No? Okay. I see all the Cali gear. That's cool. Y'all from AZ then? Okay. You too? I'm from Cali. Okay. Have y'all? All right, cool. Let's go. Y'all ever heard y'all were Israelites before the brother talked to you? No. Okay. Give me Isaiah 1 and 3. You give me Jeremiah 17 and 4. You give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68. So, when you think about the people groups in the world, right? Chinese people. The Chinese people can trace their history. They know where their forefathers come from. They know what their forefathers were worshiping, their gods, so on and so forth. These Indians know that. Damn near everybody know that. So, do you know what your forefathers were? Don't talk to me. Don't close. I ain't gonna hurt you. Do you know what your forefathers would call themselves? No. Do you see a problem with that now that I'm asking the question? Because the Chinese person knows his people and their history, right? The Arab people know his forefathers' history. Why don't we?
Isaiah 1 verse 3.
Right?
The ox knoweth his owner,
Right?
and the ass his master's crib.
So an ox and a donkey, which are not very intelligent animals, they know where they live and who their master is, where they come from and who they serve. Right? Go ahead.
But Israel does not know.
But there's people in the Bible called Israel, they've lost that. They don't know who they are anymore. Go ahead.
My people does not consider.
It says, my people right now at this point in time, after centuries of slavery and being beaten and oppressed, right now we don't even care to consider where our people came from, what they were doing, or why we're in the situation we're in right now. Does that make sense so far? Okay. Give me Jeremiah 17.
Jeremiah 17 and 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Now, like I said, all these other people on the globe, they know their heritage. Right? Black Hispanics, Native Americans, they don't. Right? Do you know what language your forefathers were speaking before it was English? That's something to think about. Right? Give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Deuteronomy 7.
You give me Psalm 83.
Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
The Bible is the history of Black Hispanics and Native Americans. Right? The history of the Israelites, which I'm telling y'all, y'all so-called African Americans, both of them, on both sides of your family. All right, cool. Real quickly, y'all come from the tribe of Judah, same people. King David, King Solomon, Jesus Christ came from.
Right. That's right.
So if Jesus was alive today, he would be considered a so-called African American.
Right.
This brother think he Caribbean, like Jamaican, okay. Still brothers, right? You would be possibly from the tribe of Benjamin. Either way, your forefathers are found in the Bible.
Right.
Your history, your heritage is found in the Bible. Right. Give me that one more time.
Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So these people that don't know who they are, don't know who their God is, don't know what their language is, according to the Bible, God says these people are holy. meaning they're different from everybody else. They're separate from everybody else. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Right? So you chose the clothes you got on right now. Different from the rest of the clothes in your closet for whatever reason. You wanted to look a certain way, right? God chose you out of all groups of people for a special purpose.
That's
right? Because he can shine through you like he can't shine through nobody else. Go ahead.
Have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
Right?
above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Now, if I ask you, what people dominate everything they put their hands on, what would you say? Huh? White? Okay, I get you. As far as taking shit by violence, okay, I'm with you. I like that, right? I agree. What I meant though was, who are the best at everything they do? Us.
That's right.
It just makes sense, right? We ain't even got to go into the Bible for that. We dominate sports, we dominate fashion, we dominate music, we dominate inventions that people bring into the world. Right? Even at the lowest, when we have the least out of everybody in the world, we do the most with it. How much more so if we had what white people have stolen, right? Give me Isaiah.
Psalms 83:1. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Right?
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have...
And let's not even get that. I'm gonna sum this one up for you because I want to get to something else, right? So, Psalms 83 speaks about all these other nation groups: white people, Arabs, Chinese, Japanese, African people that look like us but are not our people, have done everything in their power to keep us at the bottom, right? Because there can only be one at the top. Right now, so-called white people dominate the world, right? So they're doing everything in their power right now to keep us in the hood, selling drugs to our own people, killing our own people, not loving our own people, so they can stay at the top. Makes sense. If I was at the top, I wouldn't want nobody stealing my spot. What I want: Deuteronomy 28:68, Isaiah 42:22. Yeah, go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28:68.
So-called black people, whether it's African Americans, Jamaicans, Haitians, Trinidadians, they came over here from the west coast of Africa. You know that history? Okay. Have you heard that? You didn't know we came from Africa?
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay. How did we get over here from Africa? Boats.
That's part of the curses.
Can you think of anybody else in history that went into slavery by the way of boats? No? Can you? No, you can't say that.
I feel like
Okay, only us. So that's if only that happened to one specific people. It's let's say how should I say this? If I'm talking to somebody without saying anything about African Americans or black people, if I just say these certain people went into slavery on boats, you already know who I'm talking about, right? It's something that identifies this specific group of people, right? Give me that.
Deuteronomy 28:68.
Get out,
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Egypt just means slavery, right? Because the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt. The Bible speaks about a spiritual Egypt, another slavery that they would go into, right? Go ahead.
With ships.
It says you're going into this specific slavery with ships. Like we already established, only one people went into slavery on ships. So now with that in mind, we know who this Bible is for. We know who this Bible is written to, who it was written by, who this word belongs to. Right? Go ahead, read it from the top.
Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So it said you're going to go into slavery again, but this time you're going by ships. Right? Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Right?
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
So once we got off those ships, we were sold to different people groups, white people and whoever else came over here to America. For what?
For bondmen and bondwomen.
Right? For slavery. Right? That's all the history they really give us, is that once we got off those boats, we were slaves. That's what Marcus Garvey, Nat Turner, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, they were fighting for our people because we've been living in slavery and oppression. Right? That's, for the most part, all we know about our people. We don't know that we were the kings of the Bible. We don't know that God says we're above everybody else. Right? It doesn't tell us that we're supposed to be ruling on top where the white man is right now. Right? What you got? Go ahead.
And no man shall buy you.
All right, so we understand we were sold to our enemies. This word buys means we're not going to be redeemed from this place until Jesus comes back. Right? Jesus looks like a so-called black man. Right? This white image right here that they give us, this didn't come about until the Renaissance period, when the white people came out the caves and started painting over black images. Right? Before that, all our images were people that looked like y'all. People that looked like us. Right? Give me Isaiah 42 real quick though. I'm gonna go out on the limb and say that y'all haven't been locked up. All praises for that. Who do you think make up the majority of the people in prison? Huh? Yeah. Black people, right? And Black Hispanics and Native Americans make up the most. In the land of the free, they make up the majority of the population, right? Read that.
Isaiah 42 verse 22.
Right?
But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Again, speaking about God's chosen people, the Israelites, this is a people robbed and spoiled.
They are all of them snared and hold,
right?
And they are hid in prison houses.
Why does it sound like this Bible is speaking about our people? Right? Why did people like Nat Turner pick up this Bible, start reading it for herself, and be like, this is our people? Right? It says God's chosen people are the ones that's going to be locked up in these prison houses.
Right.
Without the Bible, we can see that in reality. Without the Bible, we see that our people are the ones that came over here on slave ships. Right?
They are for prey, and none delivering.
Right?
For a spoil, and none says restore.
So, I'm going to ask you a quick question, right? For the people that had a hand in putting us in slavery, throwing us in these prison houses, killing us in the streets, and not getting convicted for it, what do you think should happen to people like that?
Oh, that's right.
They should go through the same thing we went through.
Crazy.
Bro, what's your name? Malachi. Right. That's beautiful. Malachi, that's a beautiful name.
That's powerful.
Beautiful. What's your name, King? Brian? Still powerful.
God.
Right? First Peter 2:9. Nation of kings and priests. Huh? Yeah, you can give me that one. You give me Revelation 13:10. Right? You have just the answers you've been given more wisdom than a lot of people we've right? hey, what goes around comes around, right? It only makes, that's justice. The root word in justice is just. The only way to rectify all the things that our people have gone through and are still going through is that the people that did these things have to pay for it. Still to this day, they've never paid for what they did to our people. Hey, God says that's bullshit. Something's about to happen. All right, go ahead.
Revelation 13:10.
Bring it out, huh?
He that leadeth into captivity
Those that led our people into slavery
shall
are
go
going
into captivity.
When Jesus come back, they're going into slavery. Right.
That's right. He that killeth with the sword
Those that killed millions of our people through wars
must be killed with the sword.
This is Jesus Christ saying they must be killed. Go ahead.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Saints is just a fancy word to say my people, right? The Israelites, Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Those with any kind of sense understand that these people need to go into slavery. They got to go through the same thing we went through because that's justice. That's only fair. If you punch me in my mouth for no reason, it only makes sense that you should be expecting to get hit back, right?
I got to bring something up.
Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra 5:42.
Right?
And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a rain.
Right?
Like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first.
What goes around comes around. Karma, right? What you got? You got nation of kings and priests? Give me that.
This is 1 Peter 2:9 in the ESV.
Bring it out.
But you are a chosen race.
This is the Bible that's in every Christian church. Have you ever heard shit like this before? Right? The Bible says this is dealing with a specific race of people. Not everybody. Jesus and God is not all love and kisses, right? Not love for everybody. He's love for this specific nation.
But you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood.
God says you're royalty. People have not been treating us like royalty. But according to God, that's what you are. All right, go ahead.
A holy nation,
Holy nation of people,
a people for his own possession,
right?
that you may proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Read it in the KJV.
1 Peter 2:9 in the KJV. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Where's nation of kings and priests? Is it Exodus 19? 19 and 6. Please give me Psalms 82 and 6.
This is Exodus 19 and 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
So, Israelites, God said we have to speak certain things to you, right? One of those things is that you are a nation of kings and priests, right? You are not thugs, right? You're not, they call us black because black has negative connotations to it. But ain't nobody up here black. We different shades of brown, right? But they call you black to say that you're dirty, you're defiled, while they call themselves white, which is pure, right? We get that too. Acts 13. Give me what you got.
Psalms 82 verse 6.
Right?
I have said, ye are gods.
Hey, the Israelites are God's children. If you are a child of God, you have to be what your father is. He said you're a God on this earth.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
Right? As a child of the Most High, there's a certain way we have to conduct ourselves. Right? What you got? Oh. What's a derogatory term they call black people in America?
Nigger.
Oh, you better
all praises.
Hey, hold on. What? Okay. You gotta let. One, you gotta let. Hold on. One, you gotta let shit like that slide. Two, their ass is going into slavery. Right. Ain't nothing that let God handle that shit. Right? Hey. Give me that bro. The white man gave me the answer I was looking for though.
Right.
The white man gave me the answer.
He came at the perfect time.
Right? Go ahead.
Acts 13:1. Now that we're in the church, that were at Antioch, certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that were called niggers.
The prophets of the Bible were called niggers.
That's
Have you ever
right.
heard that from the church? Have you heard that from the church? Yeah. The prophets of the Bible, Jesus, his disciples were called niggers. Right? So, hey, when white people say that shit, I'm like, yeah. Ain't no problem with that. Because I'm going to call you a cracker, peck of wood, and let you know your ass is going in the slave. Right? And I'm going to let you know you can't whoop me, right? Give me Psalms 144:1. Psalms 144. Hey, verse 4. Give me Romans 9:13. Go ahead.
Blessed be the Lord my strength,
Right?
which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight.
Hey, most times, God is a man of war, right? It only makes sense that he teaches his children how to fight and how to wage war. We've lost that because we've been disconnected from God. Now all we know how to do is fight our own people for the most part, right? White people can do shit to us, and we let it slide a lot of times. They come into our neighborhoods, we're not running them out of the neighborhood. But if somebody of our own nation of people come to the wrong hood, we might trust them a little more, right? We got to get back into loving ourselves, bending for each other, fighting for each other, and understanding who our real enemies are. Right? And part of waging war is understanding when to let shit slide, right? What you got? Give me Exodus 15:3 real quick. Guess what? God hates white people.
That's right.
That's way worse than calling me a nigga.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Exodus 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is a man of war. Right? You think he gonna let you put your hands on his people and nothing happen to you? Right? Fed our babies to alligators. Right? Buried our babies up to their neck to kick their heads off. Right? All these things that have happened for centuries and nothing happened to you. You think you're gonna get away scot-free? You walking around on stolen ground that has my people's blood soaked in it, right?
The Lord is a man of war.
Yahweh is a man of war.
Yahweh is his name.
Hey, he let shit slide for this long because his people are disobedient. They needed their ass whooped because we need to wake up, right? A nigga, a so-called Spic, so-called Native American, we hard-headed people, so we need rude awakenings. We had to go through these things before we came to the realization that something needs to change. Before we get brothers like this that understand that shit can't continue to go on like this, right?
Romans 9:13. Right? Now, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
So you guys come from Jacob. That white man that passed by that called us a nigga, he comes from Esau, and God says he hates him. Right? Do you have any questions so far? Y'all stay out here close?
I live in Chandler. I do.
Okay. Brian. Malachi. I need y'all to come back, man. That's my number on that flyer. Okay. That's my number on that flyer. Hit me up. Check the YouTube page out. Type in SICARRI. Type in SICARRI with different cities. Right? See different brothers doing the same thing. I don't want y'all to go, but I know y'all young. Right? Where was y'all headed before you stopped? Just walking around? Oh, y'all ain't going there. I'm not gonna let y'all
Ain't got nowhere to go.
Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. All right, you know you royalty now. You know that you are God's chosen people. God don't love nobody but you according to the Bible.
That's
They
right.
say God loves somebody other than Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They talking about a different God. Or they don't know the Bible, right?
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee?
As royalty, a king conducts himself differently than a peasant do. All right, go ahead.
But to fear the Lord thy God,
Right.
to walk in all his ways, and to love him,
Right.
and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So all the things we talked about our people being disconnected from, our language, our land, our God, our forefathers' customs, and what they did to make them prosper and to make them or give them the ability to build kingdoms and rule over this earth, we've lost that, right? This is what we got to teach our people, right? What they need to do to gain all this stuff back so we can be on the top of it. I'm tired of seeing my people at the top. I'm tired of seeing my people going to funerals after funerals after funerals because we get killed by our own people and others. All right, go ahead.
To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
So there's certain laws in the Bible we got to learn we got to learn what they are first and foremost, and then we got to start following these laws. It's not nothing hard, right? It's things that's going to benefit us, right? How to treat one another so we don't look at each other as enemies. And even if we do look at each other as enemies, we still have a certain level of respect and love for one another where we know that you're going through the same shit I am, right? Just because of what you look like, you're going to get pressed by the police more than that white boy that rode around on that bike was, right? Go ahead.
Second Maccabees 2:50. Now therefore, my sons, be zealous for the Lord, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers.
We're looking for a certain amount of men, right? A certain amount of men to stand up for their people. Give me, what is that, Psalm 94:16. We're looking for people to stand up for their people, right? You ain't got to stand with us necessarily to stand for your people, right? Because nobody else is doing it, right? Like I said, these white people, these Arabs, these Chinese people, all these other people, the UN, have y'all heard of the UN, United Nations? They sit together in councils. Right? The only way to come out of that is to stand for your people. All right, go ahead.
Psalms 94, verse 16.
Right.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoer?
This is what God is looking for. Somebody to rise up for him, to stand for his people.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Right? It would be beneficial to come back and learn. Learn at home when you get a chance. What kind of stuff y'all into? Huh? No, I mean like what do y'all like to do?
I haven't really got time to really explore it, if I'm being honest. I'm just working.
Yeah? What you do for work? If you don't
I'm a
mind.
technician at Audi.
Oh, you's a thug then.
Yeah.
All right.
No, Audi. Like, Audi. Yeah.
Okay. How old are y'all?
I'm 19.
Okay. if I could promise you that you don't have to work no more. You don't have to worry about paying for bills, going to work for no other man. Does that sound good? Hey, that's what God said is this world is for you. Give me Isaiah 60 and start at 10. God says your rightful place on this earth is as a king ruling this world with other people working for you. Right? Where you don't have to slave no more. Right? Where you have free time to do what the hell you want to do. Right? If you want to sit at home all day and pick lint out your belly button and pick on your toes, you can do that and have these white people in the fields picking cotton and shit.
That's right! Isaiah chapter 60 verse 10.
Right?
And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls,
Right?
and their kings shall minister unto thee.
The so-called best of white people, right? Donald Trump's, Joe Biden type people, the people ruling this earth, God says they're gonna have to be your slaves.
For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee.
So God was pissed off with us. That's why He let us go into slavery, right? As a punishment. You do wrong, you need your ass whooped. Lord willing, you come back, you start being obedient, and I can reward you. Go ahead.
Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
As a king, God says, those that don't want to serve you, they have to die. Right? That's the punishment. You don't want to serve the people that I love, the people that I chose to represent me on earth. Your ass has to die. And even if you do, if you are obedient, you got to serve under them, because they served under you for centuries. Right. It's only right. Go ahead.
Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Right.
Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
Right.
And set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
All these things are what we call future prophecy, things that God has promised to His people. Right? But if you're not obedient to God, all the shit that's coming to America right now, these race wars are about to pop out. Right? Nuclear war is about to pop out. Russia and China and Iran for to destroy this place. If you don't learn what's required of you and start doing that, you're gonna die. Right? The majority of our people, they're not going to listen to God. They're going to have to be destroyed over here in America. We don't want that for our people. But the sad fact is, it's going to happen for a lot of our people, because they don't want to be obedient to things like not eating shellfish anymore. Right. Not eating pork anymore. Right. Not growing a beard if you can grow a beard. Right. These are little things. I'm not saying right? You're 19, you're pretty young. But look, this brother just growing something in. All right.
I'm 34 and I still ain't got one.
So it's just if you can grow something, don't shave it off, right? But doing little stuff like that, like I said, it's not hard. It's just something we gotta be reprogrammed into doing. Right. So, okay. What else? Let's throw some more laws out there. Clothes. Gotta be 100% fabric. No mixed fabric, like 60% polyester, 40% cotton. Check the tags before you buy something. Make sure it's 100%. As far as your shirts and pants, Draws too. You can find draws that's 100%. I'm not gonna say socks because it usually has a last beginning. So that would be like, it would usually say like 2%. But as far as clothes and garments that cover your body, make sure that's 100%. Adultery. Not sleeping with married women. You know that woman got a husband or a boyfriend even, just leave her alone. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Right? And you're talking about a website. We ain't talking about the website. Yeah, there's plenty of fish in the sea though. And according to God, as kings on this earth, you can have as many as you want. You just leave. If she's already taken, leave her alone. Go find you 2 or 3 others. Right? It sounds good, right? God say you can have as many as you want. If you go to the restaurant, you get a steak, make sure it's well done, right? Don't eat anything with blood still in it, right?
Crab, lobster.
Yeah, crab, lobster. There's a region. Okay, that's a good one too. These little tassels you see on my pants and these right here, you got to get y'all some of these. This is going to help you as a reminder of what these laws are. Right? You look down at them like, oh, we gotta live a certain way. Blue ribbon, give me that. Numbers 15 and 38. Numbers 15 and 38.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 38.
You give me Deuteronomy 4 and 5.
It says, speak unto the children of Israel.
All right, y'all the children of Israel, go ahead.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
These are called fringes. All right, go ahead.
Throughout their generations.
So regardless of how long it is, from generation to generation, we're supposed to be wearing these as part of the laws. Go ahead.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Right, so that's why we have a ribbon of blue. God told us.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
So there's about 600 laws in the Bible. In America, though, there's like 64,000. Right, so a lot more under this white man than there are under God. Plus, this white man's laws are unjust. White man can do the same shit you do. They get a slap on the wrist and you get 25 to life. Right? Under God's laws, it's all just. You murder a man in cold blood, you have to give up your life. Whether you're white, black, Asian, whatever it is. It's a standard for people to live by, and it's balanced. Right?
Habakkuk 1 and 3. Why dost thou shew me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that rise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth.
So the Bible says these laws of America are bullshit because there's no actual judgment going forward. That's why people getting off, that's not judgment. Right, go ahead. Hey, the laws of America are foolproof for white people, for them, by them. These laws in the Bible are black, Hispanic, and Native American people, for us and by us. Right? You know, it makes sense that you get down with your own people. Right, go ahead.
For the wicked doth compass about the righteous.
Right.
Therefore wrong judgment proceeded.
Right? That's what it is. So again, do y'all have a Bible? Yeah. You do? Okay. I'm gonna need y'all to pick that up. It's life or death, really. Honestly. We can shoot the shit, and sometimes it's a little light, but honestly, it's life and death. I wouldn't be up here on a Saturday night, my feet and my back hurt after working all day and doing all kinds of shit, if it wasn't life and death, and if I didn't have love for my people. Right?
That's right.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin.
Okay. The world will teach you that Jesus Christ died for our sins, right? Some people in the Christian church will use that to say, you can do whatever you want, really. And it's okay because he died for that. Really, once you know better, you got to start doing better. Otherwise, his sacrifice don't mean shit. And it's really like you putting him on the cross again and again. You ain't got to get that. So I'm going to ask you, before y'all go, what are some of the things that we spoke about that you can remember that you're going to start doing? Clothes and shirts, what about it? 100%. Right? Okay.
The other ones, I kind of already did. Like, I don't need to. My dad never liked it. I like, if I even try to eat it, like, I'll get sick. My dad never liked it.
Because it's not good for you. That shit is poisonous. Right. You look at the body, the inside of the body of people who eat pork, especially consistently, they're full of worms. Your brain is full of parasites. Your lungs, your intestines, you're full of parasites. It's nasty, right? Same thing with shellfish, bottom feeders, things without fins and scales. Anything else y'all can remember?
It's not opinion of the actual image with the white person. And I heard that a couple of times.
Okay.
Okay, actually makes sense. You gotta think of it. You just time some all the time. All the time. Right and sun don't mix together.
Right? Right. Give me
light and sun don't mix together. It's like, it's explaining the image of light. It's saying like, his skin is like a certain color, like it's describing it. It's like his hair is like a wool. So, you know, it's like that was like white.
This one, Revelation 1 and 14, speaks about Jesus. Daniel speaks about God looking like a so-called light. We're going to skip right to God. Right?
This is Daniel chapter 7 and verse 9. And I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
The Ancient of Days is a title for God. Just meaning he has no beginning, no end.
Whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool.
Who has woolly hair? People got woolly hair. White people shoot. They ain't got woolly hair. God has pure woolly hair. Give me Revelation. You give me Song of Solomon 1 and 5.
Revelations 1 verse 14.
Job 30.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
Right.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So his head and his hair on his head and his beard were white and what?
Were white like wool.
White like wool. What was it telling? Go ahead.
As white as snow.
As white as snow.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Right.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet are the same color as your body for the most part. Right? Might be a little lighter if you don't get a lot of sun, but for the most part, same color.
As if they burned in a furnace.
It says he was so dark it looked like he burned in a furnace. So where the hell do we get this image from? These white people trying to pose like they're us, trying to say that they're God's people.
Song of Solomon 1 and 5. I am black, but comely O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
So this so-called Sicarii wife, so-called Mexican wife, right? Mexican wife of Solomon says that she's dark and beautiful, right? She's not some pale white woman, right? Our people melanated, different shades of brown, of course, but melanated people, not white people with dog stringy hair, right?
That's right.
Yeah, Joe. Give me yeah, you can hold that. Give me that first.
Job 30 and 30.
Bring it out, huh?
My skin is black upon me.
Black, again, just meaning dark. All right? My skin is black upon me, so where are all these white images coming from if everybody in the Bible, all of God's chosen people are telling us that they're black or they're brown people, right? Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 15. So Paul, like you said, Egypt is in Africa. We understand that African sun would have been tearing them white people up, right? Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian. Paul was mistaken for an Egyptian. When Jesus and his parents were being hunted, they fled into Egypt to hide amongst other dark-skinned people, right?
Wisdom of Solomon 14, verse 15.
Right.
For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he had made an image of his child soon taken away.
So Pope Alexander VI had this image commissioned by Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci to be represented as Jesus Christ. Right? Go ahead.
Now honored him as a god.
So they set up this image to honor his son as a god. Go ahead.
Now honor him as a god, which was then a dead man.
Right.
And delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Thus, in the process of time, an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law.
So white people start making this a law that if you did not bow down and worship this white image, you were killed. They did that to our people. That's how Christianity was beaten into our people, and we start believing that Jesus and God and his people were right. Right? Keep going.
Was kept as a law.
Hey, all you Peckerwoods going into slavery.
Right!
And I'm gonna feed your dogs a lot better than y'all.
Right!
Go ahead.
He look hungry.
And graven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings.
Right, so they set up this image to be worshipped, and if you didn't, you were put to death. Through some ways, right? They burned us alive, tarred and feathered us, tied our limbs to horses and quartered us. Y'all ever, y'all have any pairs of Levi pants? You know? You got Levi's on right now. So if you check out the symbol on the Levi's, is of horses tearing apart jeans. Because what they did to the tribe of Levi, the Haitians, is that they tied them to horses and ripped them apart. Right? Go ahead.
Whom men could not honor in presence because they dwelt far off.
Right.
They took the counterfeit of his visage from far.
The counterfeit meaning the fake image of Jesus.
And made an express image of a king whom they honored.
Right.
To the end that by this, their forwardness, they might flatter him that was absent as if he were present.
Right.
Job 9 verse 24. The earth is given. 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So I asked you earlier who dominates everything in the earth, and you gave me your answer was white people. Right now, God says there's a point in time right now where white people are ruling the earth. What the Bible calls it the wicked. the wicked have rulership of the earth. Read it again.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right?
He covers the faces of the judges thereof.
Right? So, just looking at, we understand now that our people in the Bible look like this. Melanated people. Now understanding that the images that they gave us in white, we can start putting two and two together and see who the wicked on the earth are. Because it says they will be the ones that cover the faces of the earth, or the judges of the Bible. Jesus Christ being one of the judges in the Bible. You see that? Read it again.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right?
He covers the faces of the judges thereof.
Right?
If not, where and who is he?
Right? So this identifies who the wicked in the earth is. This image, right? Y'all got. You got any more fringes on you? So we're gonna give y'all these so you can start. This is a reminder. What happened tonight, what you learned, and to continue learning. Right? Wear these. Right? Like I said, I wear my belt loops. If you're wearing gym shorts or sweats or something, they got clips on, you can clip them on the side. Right? And I'll let y'all choose which ones y'all want as far as amongst yourselves, gold and black. These blue ones. Y'all keep coming back. We can get you some more, man. Something to match the fits. Also black.
Well, I got a lot of fits though.
Okay. We got a lot of ZCs. Hey, I appreciate you brothers listening. Sorry I'm quiet. Not to toot my own horn. I'm gonna put them on right now.
Hey, we're feeding Sicarii here. We gotta represent. Come on, let's go.
You're good for the most high. You got a lot of family up here, bro. Hey, you got a lot of family up here. Like I said, that's my number. Hit me up. We out here for y'all.
Ecclesiastes 3:29. The heart of the prudent will understand the parable.
Right?
And an attentive ear is the desire of a wise man.
This is why we come out here. Right? For brothers that's actually going to listen and learn. And sometimes they few and far between, but this is beautiful. Right? Hey, that's salt right there. Give me Matthew 5. Give me the drip. Y'all the salt of the earth, man. Y'all get us bland ass world some flavor.
Matthew 5, verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth.
Hey, Brian and Malachi, let me read you one more.
Matthew 5, verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth.
What is salt to food? Seasoning. Make that chicken taste a little better, right? Jesus Christ said, you salt to the earth, right? You are what gives this place flavor and rhythm and seasoning, right? Go ahead.
But if the salt have lost his savior, wherewith shall it be salted?
Right now, the majority of our people disconnected from God have lost everything that made us flavorful. And what is the purpose of salt if it doesn't flavor the food? Right? Go ahead.
It is thenceforth good for nothing.
It's good for nothing. You don't want to be good for nothing. Go ahead.
But to be cast out,
right?
And to be trodden under foot of man.
500 plus years, that's what we've been doing. We lost our flavor because we lost our God. We've been trodden down. We got this white man's foot on our head.
Ye are the light of the world.
God says, you're the light of this world. This world full of darkness, you're the only thing that illuminates it.
A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
Right?
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel.
So right now, you just labeled yourself as knowing that you're an Israelite. You're putting these fringes on. You're keeping laws of God that don't nobody else keep.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
But on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
It's beautiful that y'all put those on right away. Now people are going to start coming to you, right? What's up? You an Israelite? It's going to open the door for conversation, right? You are an example to people that are in this world of where to come and get some light from. Go ahead.
Let your light so shine before men,
right,
that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
That's right.
That's what we do this for, as an example to our people. Because that's all you can be, really. You can't force nobody to do nothing. All you can do is be an example. Keep coming back will help you learn how to be a better example, right? I appreciate you, Kings, for real, for real. Y'all stay safe out here. All right, stay safe. Do anybody have any questions? Questions, comments, concerns? No? Okay. All right, we're going to get out of here. With that, I'll say all praise to the Most High God, in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Kwam Yashua!
Kwam Yashua!
Yeah, it's time to go, so we can go to bed.
That was a good one, fellas.
We're going to bed as soon as y'all.
Shine the light. They done let them bruise in the dough. Oh shit. They done let them bruise in the dough. They done let them bruise in the dough. They done let them bruise in the dough. We ain't going nowhere. Hebrews. 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 They done let them bruise in the dough. They done let them bruise in the dough. Look, Joe Biden need to free Dark Low. The hell is wrong with dude? If you Hebrew K, what the hell is wrong with you? He said, Deacon, you a Hebrew, I can't do a song with you. If the Christians find out, then they gon' take me off the pews. I'm like, shut the hell up, clown, stop picking sides. I'm so Hebrew, you can see it in my eyes. Lately, I've been seeing the Hebrews on the rise. And if they say we hate white people, that ain't lies. I know some Hebrews from out west, them boys be blickied up. I know some Hebrews from out east, them camps be lit as fuck. I know a sister from the west and she be scriptured up. And if you jump in her DM, she gon' refuse to lust. I like pomegranates, cause it got stars on it. My heart bleed for my people, though it got scars on it. Yeah.